Hello and welcome to Herald TV News Bulletin with me, Orina. The long-awaited expansion of the Pramod Sawant cabinet will take place on Saturday. 3 ministers will be sworn in at a Darbar Hall of Raj Bhavan at 11 a.m. The front-runners for the last 3 cabinet berths are BJP's Nilkant Halankar, Independent MLA Alesh Reginald Lorenzo and MGP leader Ramkrishna Sudhin Davalikar. Goa governor, who is out of station, will return tonight. With this expansion, all the vacancies in the cabinet will be filled.
The long-awaited expansion of Pramod Sawant cabinet will take place on Saturday. 3 ministers will be sworn in at the Darbar Hall of Raj Bhavan at 11 a.m. The front-runners for the last 3 cabinet berths are BJP's Nilkant Harlankar, Independent MLA Alexia Reginaldo Lorenzo and MGP leader Ramkrishna Sudhin Dhavlekar. Goa governor, who is out of station, will return tonight. With this expansion, all the vacancies in the cabinet will be filled. Clinton D'Souza for Herald TV.
The Supreme Court, in its 219-page order, has accepted the Central Empowered Committee's recommendation and stated that the Goa-Thamnar 440 kV power line should be set up along the alignment of the existing power line so that fresh forest areas are not disturbed. The existing 110 kV and 220 kV line corridor has no trees, and therefore this alignment will need no further trees to be felled. Goans across the state have welcomed this decision and spoke their hearts out. Watch.
People's power prevails. Supreme Court says no fresh forest areas to be used in Mole for Tamnar power project. Goans speak their heart and welcomes this decision. Today's news that the Supreme Court has accepted the recommendation of the CEC that no fresh forest areas are to be disturbed for the Tamnar 444 kV power transmission line will be added to resolve to safeguard the most eco-sensitive areas of the Western Ghats and beyond the valleys. We at Going to Equate salute our learned judges and petitioner Dr. Claude Alvarez and his dedicated team at Goa Foundation, and we now look forward for the favorable verdict against most destructive double tracking and National Highway 4A by the highest court in the land. The certainty is a silver innings on the otherwise glooming horizon. This is said by Orwell Dorado Rodriguez, the founder member of Going to Equate.
Well, we are extremely delighted with the order because it sets aside the proposal to put high tension line through a new portion of the Mole Wildlife Sanctuary. We had pleaded with the Central Empowered Commission not to allow that. If they have to take the lines through the Wildlife Sanctuary, let them take it through the place which is already damaged. That is the alignment where the 220 kV line is going presently.
Correct.
And we'll replace that. And it will be an improvement on the wildlife sanctuary because then the wires of a 400 kV HTL are above the canopy of the forest, whereas the 220 line is below the canopy. So what happens is the trees grow very fast and they all cause all types of different types of short circuits, and every time there is power shutdown because of this problem. So we said that once the lines go above the forest, 400 kV line, then there will be no disturbance to the forest. Forest will join again. Animals will be very happy because they can move up and down again. And that will improve. That is the only way you can do some development in the wildlife sanctuary, if it improves the wildlife sanctuary habitat. So the CEC came, they said, yes, we will not allow you to cut down virgin forest area. You go back to the old alignment and you work from there. Whether there is a delay, whether you have to get a new permission or not, that is not our concern. But we are going to recommend to the Supreme Court that you come out with a new alignment, go back to the old alignment. So as a result of it, yesterday in the Supreme Court there was a good discussion, and the Supreme Court has accepted the opinion of the CEC and said that yes, you will not damage Mole Wildlife Sanctuary, and you will take the lines to where the existing lines are and replace those lines. And we believe by replacing those lines, you will improve the habitat of the wildlife sanctuary.
आमी लोकांकडे मागता की सगळे लोकांनी आयजूच भायर सरूंक जाय आनी वेळ उरूंक ना. ही लास्ट आमची ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी. आमचे गोंय आनी भुरग्यांचो फुडार सांबाळपाक सगळ्यांनी भायर सरूंक जाय आनी सांगूंक जाय हे तिनी लिनियर प्रोजेक्ट नाका आमकां. कोळसो आनी तुमचे ते ट्रान्समिशन लायन्स हे खंयचेय प्रोजेक्ट नाका. आमच्या घराचेर सोलर पावर दिवन आमकां फ्री इलेक्ट्रिसिटी दियात आनी आमचे गोंय आमी राखतले. तुम्ही डिस्ट्रॉय करपाक तुमकां कांयच अधिकार ना.
तुम्ही आता पेटिशनिंग घालतले म्हणला तुमच्या सायडीन ते केन्ना घालतले?
आमगे ऑलरेडी सुप्रीम कोर्टान एप्लिकेशन ऑलरेडी पावला.
ओके.
सो
डबल ट्रॅकिंगाचे आहा ते तुमी बनवून
डबल ट्रॅकिंगाचे ऑलरेडी सीईसीन रेकमेंड केला रिजेक्ट करपाक. पूण लोकांची 2 पेटिशनां हांगा हायकोर्टान ऑलरेडी आसात ऑन द डबल ट्रॅकिंग. प्लस सीईसीचो रिपोर्ट आतां सुप्रीम कोर्टा मुखार आसा. सो डबल ट्रॅकिंग एक्चुली प्रोजेक्ट इज एज गूड एज स्क्रॅप. पूण तरी आसतना फोर्सान हे करून कशे भशेन करपाक सोदता हाजे फाटल्यान क्लियर कळून येता की फक्त 2-3 प्रायवेट कॉर्पोरेशनां खातीर हें.
We are happy that finally the Supreme Court has taken up these cases. The CEC has also recommended that the double tracking project of the South Western Railway be scrapped because it is not feasible through the Mole forest, as the Save Mole campaign has been shouting on the streets. People have been coming on the streets, and this has taught us that when people come together to ask for something that is genuine, Supreme Court is with us. Thank you, Supreme Court. Thank you, CEC. Thank you, Goa Foundation, for taking up our case to the highest level.
आम्ही जे झूज मारलेले against the 3 linear projects, the double tracking of railways, the expansion of national highways, the 400 kV transmission line, हांचेर सुप्रीम कोर्टान एक 3-member CEC अपॉइंट केल्ली, सेंट्रल एम्पावर्ड कमिटी. ती लास्ट जानेवारी 2021 हांगा गोंया आयिल्ली. दे met all the stakeholders, different organizations, affected parties, आनी ताणें आपणाचो रिपोर्ट मांडलो आनी सुप्रीम कोर्टान सबमीट केलो. आयज आमकां न्यूज मेवला की सुप्रीम कोर्टान तो रिपोर्ट एक्सेप्ट केला. एंड दॅट रिपोर्ट क्लियरली सेज that these 3 linear projects are not beneficial to Goa, especially damaging to the ecology of Goa. I would like to thank Goa Foundation kidak thani hi case marli Supreme Courtan. I would also like to thank Goincho Ekot, Goincho Awaz, Save Mole Front, Goyan Kolso Naka, Chikali Youth Farmers Club, all the youth, all the people in Goa, across India, across the globe. They came in support of the fight that we took against the 3 linear projects.
Today I take this opportunity on behalf of all the youths of Goa who are there in the journey of fight for a better Goa. I thank Central Empowered Committee for taking up our issues to the Supreme Court, and finally I thank Supreme Court for their decision of setting up of Goa Tamnar 440 kV power line along the existing alignment so that the forests of Goa are not disturbed.
It is Clinton D'Souza for Herald TV.
A 53-year-old person from Kudne allegedly committed suicide due to mining closure. Earlier, he wrote a suicide note and said he was committing suicide due to mining closure and because he had no job. The note stated that his family should not be blamed for this action. After search operation was launched, the body of Ramesh Naik was found.
Ramesh Naik left a note that he was committing suicide due to mining closure. The 53-year-old native was without a job. Body of Ramesh Naik was found after search operations. Clinton D'Souza for Herald TV.
Tourism Minister Rohan Kaunte has insisted on quality tourism as his long-term aspiration. He said it is a thought process and we need to develop the infrastructure. He also called on media not to create controversy on the issue. We are not going to shut down what is going on and then start a new tourism, he said. Rohan also informed that he took stock of the manpower, areas of action and vision of the Department of IT and Tourism to chart out the roads ahead. Rohan also talked of the need for a Tourism Trade Act.
Tourism Minister Rohan Kaunde has insisted on quality tourism as his long-term aspiration. He said that it is a tough process and we need to develop the infrastructure. Rohan Kaunde also talked of the need for a Tourism Trade Act.
काल तरी खंय तरी चर्चेक आयकलें की कोण तरी म्हणटा की क्वालिटी रोखडी कित्याक 80% आतांच आमकां नॉर्मल येता. वी हॅव टू अंडरस्टँड अ विजन ऑफ अ गव्हर्मेंट. विजन ऑफ द गव्हर्मेंट इज टॉकिंग अबाउट क्वालिटी टुरिस्ट. अशें न्ही की आजूच जातले फाल्यांच जातले. क्वालिटी टुरिस्ट हाडपाक बॅकबोन तयार करचो पडटा, इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर तयार करचें पडटा. बट वी हॅव टू हॅव अ प्लॅन अहेड. इट इज नॉट अबाउट टॉकिंग फॉर टुडे एंड टुमॉरो. सो आय थिंक पीपल इन द media, everybody should be responsibly talking. We need them to participate with us rather than criticizing topics which are irrelevant. Tourism also and IT portfolio charge somara घेतिल्लो. So I have to understand the functioning infrastructure presently available as far as the manpower is concerned, how we are handling, what is being handled under Department of Tourism, what is being handled under Goa Tourism Development Corporation. आम्ही सध्या स्टेटस कितें आसा from the vision and the plan the government carries, what we carry for tourism as far as Goa is concerned. आमकां कळपाक पयलो स्टेटस कळपाक जाय. कालच्या दिसाक we have reviewed the Department of Tourism and the Tourism Development Corporation to understand where we stand, where are we today, and फुडें steps घेवच्या पयलीं what corrections are required, what changes are required. We need to get reforms, we need to put structurally the backbone together for a plan ahead. जाल्यार पयलो स्टेटस कळपाक जाय, तो काल घेतिल्लो.
William Rodrigues for Herald TV.
The Marga Municipal Council will start the recovery process of rupees 25 crore with the purchase of a new vehicle. Banks and many commercial establishments are not paying their dues voluntarily. We don't want to put a burden on the common man and request all to come forward and pay their taxes. MMC has designated the month of April as Recovery Month, Chief Officer Agnello Fernandez said.
Marga Municipal Council will start the recovery process of dues worth rupees 25 crore. Banks and many commercial establishments are not paying their dues, says MMC Chief Officer. MMC has designated the month of April as Recovery Month.
We welcome the new vehicle and this will be used for the recovery. आम्ही गव्हर्मेंटाचे आभारी आसाय की आमच्या देर वॉज अ शॉर्टेज ऑफ व्हेकल टू द म्युनिसिपालिटी आणि रिकवरी जायना लागून आमची थोडी अडचण जाताल्यो आणि आमची रिकवरी बरी जायनासली. मोर दॅन 25 crores आर एट टू बी रिकवर्ड. आम्ही लोकांक सोदताले कितें कोविडाक लागून एका लागा डिफिकल्टी आसा म्हणून तेमी करना. पूण आतां वी आर गोईंग फॉर अ फूल स्विंग. देर आर लॉट्स ऑफ बँक्स इन द मार्गा म्युनिसिपालिटी जुडिशन. Many of them are not paying any property tax. Similarly, petrol pumps are also there. They are carrying out additional businesses. त्यांका बी आमी रेव्हेन्यू हाडपा जाय. तशेंच लॉट्स ऑफ कमर्शियल बिजनेसीस एस्टाब्लिशमेंट आर देर इन मार्गा म्युनिसिपालिटी. मार्गा एक जावन आसा एक खाण म्हणून जाता पयशांची, पूण आमी फकत ती हालोवपा जाय आनी पयशे पडटले अशें म्हाका दिसता. आनी ही आतां आमी रिकवरी आनी ही वॅना लागून आमी मातशें प्रॉब्लम जातालें. जेन्ना आमी रिकवरी ऑफिसर अपॉयंट केला पूण तेगे डिफिकल्टी आसली. मागता त्या टायमार आमकां वॅन नासली.
ही आयज न्यू गाडी घेतली आमी टाटा नेक्सॉन आनी ही गाडी वील बी यूज फॉर द रिकवरी. द कॉस्ट ऑफ द व्हेकल इज 9,38,000. या आनी घेवपाची आहा. That will be inaugurated next week.
CO CP
charger लावून उरल्या ती electric charger. That will be Tata Nexon. Total that is of 16 lakhs. Total will be 25. The both are of under 14 finance.
CP आता गव्हर्मेंट म्हणटा की इलेक्ट्रीक गाडयो घ्या आणि ताका शिफ्ट करा म्हणून. सो तुमी आता हेजे फुडें तुमच्यो गाडयो बीन कितें हे करते इलेक्ट्रीक घेतले आणि अशें कितें हे करतले?
आता सध्या एक घेतले ना इलेक्ट्रीक गाडी.
बट बाकीचे अशें कितें
बाकीचे मागीर पळया आमी.
Aditya Bidre for Herald TV.
The people of Kortali and neighbouring villages have raised concerns over various issues pertaining to the Kortali road stretch during monsoons. The locals have requested to solve the issue of flooding near Valankani Chapel at Kortali. Meanwhile, commuters find it difficult to cross the Kesaral Garden link road towards Kelish village. Due to the flooding of fields, farmers have requested for building culverts. The concerned authorities have assured people that these issues will be solved.
People of Kurtalam have raised their grievances concerning issues pertaining to the Kurtalam road. Locals propose for speed breakers, prevention of flooding, a service road, and installation of culverts. The concerned authorities have assured people that the issues will be solved.
आनी ताका भरपूर खबर आसा लास्ट टायम कितले उदकाचो इतलो प्रॉब्लम जाल्लो लोकांक इतले त्रास जाताले जे आमचे कपेल आसा वेलंकरी चॅपल आसा ते उदकाक लागून लोकांच्या घरांत देखून उदक वयताले ते आमी आयज ताका दाखयलां आनी तांच्यान सांगलां म्हाका सांगून दिला बाबा तुमचें काम जाता ते भाशेन आपूण करून दिता म्हणून आनी दुसरें म्हटल्यार आमचे केलोसी जे विलेज आसा जी पंचायत आसा तो रोड आसा डिविजन 6 केसरवाल तो सारको सकयल वयता ते रोडाक एक लिंक आसा आमचो नॅशनल हायवे जेन्ना आमी मारगांव वयता तेन्ना नॅशनल हायवेक आमकां केलोसी लोकांक प्रॉब्लम जायना जेन्ना मारगांव सावन टू कोर्ताली येता आनी आमी केलोसी सकयल देंवता केसरवाल थंय लोकांक भरपूर प्रॉब्लम जातलो कित्याक हांगा तो रोड जो आसा तो लिंक रोड जो आसा ते क्रॉसींग जावपाक मेळना ताणें आमी ताका PWN ताका सांगलां बाबा असो असो आमकां लिंक जावपाक तेंच्यानी एक सोल्युशन दिलां तें सोल्युशन म्हणल्यार ते एक सर्वीस रोड लेफ्ट हँड सायड जो केसरवाल हॉटेल आसा ते सायडीन आमकां सर्वीस रोड दिता म्हणून सांगलां आनी म्हाका दिसता तो सर्वीस रोड दिलो जाल्यार आमच्या लोकांक मातशें सोंपेपण जातलें नाजाल्यार आमकां टील केसरवाल टू कोर्ताली सोत्रान रावंड मारून परत आमचे ते केलोसी लोकांक आमकां त्रास जातले आनी तिसरी वस्त म्हणटा ती आमचे शेतकार भाव भयणाक आमकां भरपूर त्रास जाता ते म्हटल्यार हांगासर ती पायपां जी आसात ती नॅशनल क्रॉस पायपां आसा म्हाका दिसता 7 कितें ती क्रॉस ड्रेनेज आसा आनी ती 7य जे ड्रेनेज ज्यो आसा त्यो शेतान आसा त्यो आमच्यो सारक्यो चॉकअप जाल्यात तितून उदक सारकें फ्लो जायना आनी त्योय ताका आमी दाखयल्या आमी ताका सांगलां PWN जे ऑफिसर आसा तांकांय सांगलां आनी बाकीचे आमचे DPL तांकांय सांगलां ह्यो आमकां तेणी कालवट करून दिवचो
वार्ड मेंबर हेजो वार्ड नंबर 7 थंयसर ते कपला कडेन उदक भरता आनी जायते वर्सां 3 वर्सां 4 वर्सांनी प्रॉब्लम जाता उदक भरोन एक कपेला तितून वयता गेले ते बडें हांवें म्हज्या हातीन तो ती माती काडली कोणी आमचे ज्यो आजून पासून इम्पॉर्टंट म्हणटा दिवना आनी इंट्रस्ट घेवंक ना तेजेर एवरी इयर तेंच लोकांचे इतले बोवाळ जातालो लोक म्हणटाले आमी फळांचे ते कितें करता MLA कितें करता ते प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व जायना पण आतां आमचो बाब आंतोन बाब MLA न्यू MLA येयला आनी म्हाका दिसता हें काम तो जरूर करतलो कित्याक काम करपाचें ताका जाय तुमी ZP आसतना
प्रपोजल घायला जो कनेक्टिंग एडिशनल कनेक्टिंग रोड आहा तो टू द केसरवाल जंक्शन तो जॉईन जातलो आनी लोकांनी ते सायडीन येवपाचें केळशीच्या लोकांनी कुट्टाडच्या रासेच्या लोकांनी ते सायडीन
So anybody coming from Kesarwal, Kelshi can opposite Toyota showroom, they can go by that service road.
Yeah.
Kiran Borkar for Herald TV.
Goa Immunization Medical Officer Dr. Rajendra Borkar has urged people to get themselves vaccinated rather than wait for the fourth wave. He said that the above 18 years group has completed 100% vaccination and co-vaxing is exclusive for children above 12 years. He warned people not to let their guard down against COVID as the virus still lingers in the state and could see a sporadic rise. On the third dose, Dr. Borkar explained that an expert committee will decide if the state has to go mask-free. He also said that as directed by the Ministry of Health, they will continue administering the third dose after 9 months.
Goa Immunization Medical Officer Dr. Rajendra Borkar urged people to get vaccinated rather than waiting for the fourth wave. He warned people not to let their guard down against COVID-19. Coronavirus could see a sporadic rise in Goa. Dr. Borkar said that an expert committee will decide if the state should go mask-free.
आमचे जे 18 वर्सां 100% and maybe more than 100%. आमचे जे तेजे नंतर तो दुसरो एज ग्रुप आशिल्लो 15 to 18 जाका आमी दॅट व्यू ऑफ वॉट वी टॉक अबाउट द फोर्थ वेव डोंट वेट फॉर थिंग्स टू हॅपन बेगिनान बेगीन थंय चलात एंड गेट युअर सेल्फ वॅक्सिनेटेड फ्रॉम आवर सायड द पोर्टलाचेर जे जे एक्सेप्ट जातात तांकां आमी त्या भाशेन बिलो the dose of Corbevax should be given exclusively to people above 12 years. This is the only principle. We don't have to worry about what will happen if this is given and that is given. Both the vaccines, Covaxin and Corbevax, are tested for children above 12 years. So that is not a worry. So my request is go as early as possible and get yourself vaccinated.
बूस्टर डोजचं जे अंतर होतं 9 महिन्याचं ते कमी होण्याचा काय चान्सेस आहेत?
Many people are asking for that, but as of now, Government of India, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare hasn't given us any instructions like that. So we are still giving it 9 months after completion of second dose.
So 100% वॅक्सिनेशन झालंय. महाराष्ट्रामध्ये मास्क वापरायला हे केलंय त्याने, मास्क वापरला नाही.
Mask to be sir. We wish to have the same day in Goa also very soon, but it is only after our expert committee meeting takes a decision. Slow, but being very sure about that.
मला वाटतं का 100% वॅक्सिनेशन झाल्यानंतर आपण सेफ आहोत, आपण आता निर्बंध पाळले नाही ते चालू शकतो?
We are safe, but it is not that we are safe from getting infected. But we are definitely safe from complications, deaths, hospital admissions, because that is giving us the immunity. But COVID अजूनही गोव्यात आहे. एखाद दुसरी केस. There may be chances of sporadic rise. So we have to wait and watch and we see the scenario.
नवीन व्हेरियंट आलाय तो कितपत सिरियस आहे?
सी कोविडच्या बाबतीत आपल्याला एक म्हणावं लागेल की वी आर सेलिंग द बोट ॲज वी आर बिल्डिंग द बोट. म्हणजे दर दिवशी एक नवं काहीतरी येतं. वी हॅव टू ॲक्ट अकॉर्डिंगली. नव्या व्हेरियंटविषयी काय वी कॅनॉट से इट टुडे. It will come, it will show its effect, and then we will have to act, because everything is happening out of blue. नवं येते and we have to act accordingly.
मुंबईत त्याचा रुग्ण सापडला म्हणजे गोव्यात त्या दृष्टीने कोणते?
See, nobody is safe unless the full world is safe. We are not safe. So मुंबईत जर सापडला असेल, I won't be surprised की in future we may have it also.
Clinton D'Souza for Herald TV.
The recent hot mixing of the roads on the National Highway jurisdiction has increased the level of the roads in Margao. The roads and the footpath are now on the same level, with the dividers buried under the hot mix. Vehicles could easily stray onto the footpath and pose a threat to pedestrians. During the monsoons, the water could enter the shops. Margao MLA Digambar Kamath said the footpath needs to be raised. He also said that he will write to the Public Works Department about installing railings over the footpath.
The recent hot mixing of roads has brought it up to the level of the footpath in Margao, Goa. Vehicles could easily stray on the footpath, and during monsoons, the water could enter the shops. Margao MLA Digambar Kamath said he will write a letter to the PWD about including scraping items. Kamath said he will speak to Goa State Urban Development Agency to resolve the parking issue in Margao.
आमच्या ज्युरिडिक्शनातले हॉट मिक्स केले. आता झाला कितें हॉटमिक्स जातकीर लक्षांत आयलें की फुटपाथ पळय आहा आनी त्या लेवलाचेरच घालां. आतां फॉर एग्जाम्पल हाजे वयल्यान गाडी वचपाक शकता. म्हाका पयर खूब जाण लोकांचे रिप्रेजेंटेशन जाय ते मातशें तें पळय की फुटपाथ रेज करपा जाय किंवा रेलिंग घालपा जाय. कारण आतां तांचें कितें जालां तांणी म्हणून आतां तांकां सांगलां हांवें की हाजे मुखार तुमी हॉटमिक्स घालता तेन्ना स्क्रॅपिंग इन्क्लूड करा आयटम. म्हणजे एक 4-5 इंच तांणी स्क्रॅप करून काडपा जाय कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर. त्याच्या पयर आतां वेर्ना बी तें काम चलता पळय नॅशनल हायवेचेर ब्रीज बांदपाचें तें तांणी स्क्रॅप करून काडल्या हॉटमिक्स 4-5 इंच आनी मागीर घालां. तशें म्हटल्यार तांकां स्क्रॅपिंगाचो आयटम तांणी घालपा जाय. हांव लेटरूय बरयतलो PWD मिनिस्टराक. एक स्क्रॅपिंगाचो आयटम घालता नाजाल्यार कितें जातलें प्रत्येकान हॉटमिक्स घालता तें हें आनी वयर वतलें
लेवल वाडटा.
हय आतां गार्डना कडेन कितें जालां फुटपाथ वयर काडलो जाल्यार बसपाक मेळपाना लोकांक. बाग तशें आसा. ताजे खातीर तांकां म्हटल्यार रेलिंग तें एक चल्लां की आनी फूल रेलिंगाचो एस्टिमेट करून रेलिंग घालचें. थोडे कडेन डिवायडर्स पोना गेल्या पळय स्टेट बँके कडेन ते डिवायडर म्युनिसिपालिटी मुखार ते सगळे डिवायडर्स ते रिप्लेस करतले, नवे घालतले, पेंट करतले. आनी हाजे मुखार टेंडर काडटा आसतना स्क्रॅपिंग आयटम दवरचो अशें तांकां सांगलां. आनी हांव ते लेटरी बरयतलो की स्क्रॅपिंग आयटम इज ए मस्ट. नाजाल्यार दुकानां भितर उदक वतलें मुखार. दुकानाचे फुटपाथ लेवल पळय आहा तो गेलो जाल्यार तुका रेट वाडत वतलो. हांगा फाल्यां मुखार हळू प्रॉब्लेम जावपाक. आज त्याच खातीर बेसिकली इन्स्पेक्शन करून तांकां सांगलां अशें नॅशनल हायवे रेलिंग घालपाचें ते सगळे डिवायडर बी घालपाचें तें काम नॅशनल हायवेत आनी इमिजिएटली करता म्हणून सांगलां. पयलीं डिवायडराचें काडटा. पार्किंगाचो आज पार्किंग म्हणल्यार तुमचें पळय टेंडर काडिल्लें तें काडलें जाल्यार खूब रिलीफ मेळटा आशिल्लें. तेन्ना 2-3 खेपे ट्राय जालें पूण कोणूच कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर येना. आज हांवें म्युनिसिपालिटीक सजेस्ट केलां की जशें PWD करता किंवा JSIDC करता रिजनेबल रेट वर्कआउट करपाचो मार्केट रेटा प्रमाणे. आनी मागीर कोट करतकीर कोणीय कोट केलें तें रिजनेबिलिटी कंपेर करून पळोवपाची तें एक ऑप्शन. ना जाल्यार तांणी तें सुडा कडेन दिवपाचें ते करपाक शकता जाल्यार तांकां करपाक लावपाक. तिसरें ऑप्शन ना जाल्यार मागीर PPP मॉडेल घेवपाचो. कोण तरी बाबा येवन बांदून दिता आनी करता जाल्यार तशें तें ऑप्शन ताका म्हणल्यार ह्या फुडल्या विकाक हांव डिस्कस करतलो पणजे वतना अर्बन डेव्हलपमेंट सेक्रेटरी किंवा मिनिस्टरा कडेन जाल्यार ताजें डिसिजन घेवचें पडलें जाल्यार खूब तेंप जालो तें.
Aditya Bidre for Herald TV.
Mumbai City is all set to represent India in the grandest tournament to be held in Asia, that is the AFC Champions League or the ACL. The opening games for the Islanders will be against Saudi Arabia's Al-Shabaab on Friday. Head coach of Mumbai City, Des Buckingham, said that FC Mumbai City will adapt but stick to core principles. The aim, said Des Buckingham, is to win a match and then we'll take it from there.
Mumbai City FC aims maiden victory for Indian clubs in ACL as they lock horns with Al-Shabaab. The opening game for the Islanders will be against Saudi Arabia's Al-Shabaab on Friday night. Mumbai City FC head coach Des Buckingham has a dream to see his side become the first ever Indian team to register a victory in the prestigious AFC Champions League. Mumbai City FC is the only second Indian team to take part in the competition. FC Goa was the first team to represent the nation in the previous season.
Yeah, I think when you also put into the fact that last year's competition was held in India as well, so we have the fortune of hosting this wonderful tournament and the familiarity that comes with that. And Goa did. They've got 3 points from 3 draws out of the 6 games. And the pleasing thing with that is it shows that players, Indian players in particular, can compete at this level on the first opportunity they had. So if we take anything from that from the playing group, the players can take that experience alone to see that yes, there may be a gap between our league and maybe others in this side of the world. But that gap, Goa have shown that we can compete and can compete and get points. So that's the first starting point. The second would be, yes, we've watched the games, and to use Goa again as that reference point, because they're the only team we can. In our league, Goa have consistently, in the last 2 years, been a team that plays a certain style of football, and it's very possession-based. When they finish top in terms of possession, they control games that way. When it comes to the Champions League, that dipped significantly. They give up a lot more of the ball than they do in our own leagues. There's lessons that we've learned around how we have to approach these games, because we know the quality of the teams we are coming up against and the players they have. We have to be very smart about our game approach and how we go about that. So yes, there's been lessons learned from that, but the pleasing thing is, like I said, it's shown already that Indian players can compete at this level. Yeah, we've actually been preparing for this tournament in Abu Dhabi. We've had 2 weeks before we came to Riyadh, which we arrived here last week. Whilst we were in Abu Dhabi for 2 weeks of a training camp, we were fortunate to go and see Al Jazeera live in their game, so that really helped. We do a lot of work before we come to this tournament to look at how they play and what they do, and some of the areas we feel we can take advantage of and where their strengths are. But to go and see the game live just helped put a bit more detail behind it. And then the other night we were also fortunate to be able to go and watch the game here, the Al-Shabaab game. So we took our start after that. So we've seen the games live, and that's only helped some of the preparation we've had, both in terms of training, but also the work that we've done before.
What did you find in Shabab?
Shabab, they're very good. It's a very good team. They are very good individual players that are technically very proficient. The speed of the game is very quick, and we need to be very smart about not giving too many opportunities away on our goal. So I think the opportunities that we may get away with, the things we may get away with in our own league, in the Indian Super League, we won't get away with too many of those at this level because of the quality and the standard of the player. So they're the lessons we've learned. I'll keep it to ourselves until after the game, some of the stuff that we hope to exploit when we have the ball as well. But we know it's going to be a challenge. We need to be top of our game to perform and to try and get results from these games.
Clinton D'Souza for Herald TV.
And that's all we have in today's news bulletin. Thanks for watching Herald TV News. For more news alerts, please follow us on O Heraldo on Facebook and Twitter. Take care and goodbye.